Pick your fighter. The $1,000 to go to Hawaii bride, the I bought a $99 polygraph on Amazon lady, or the why was $200 so huge birthday girl. A lot of people seem to be confused and think the Hawaii bride and the polygraph lady are the same, but they're actually two separate people, so here's all three in one go. The $15,000 to go to Hawaii bride. Dear friends, it comes with great sadness that I am announcing the cancellation of the whatever wedding. I apologize for canceling only 4 days beforehand. Unfortunately, Steve and I have broken up due to some recent and irreparable problems. We have decided to end our relationship and not go forth with any future proceedings. However, we are remaining civil and are still a team for our son. After hours of tears, mental exhaustion, and even disassociation, I have come to this decision. I will be spending these next 2 months backpacking in South America, exploring my soul and ridding myself of toxic energy brought on by my friends and family, the ones who I thought could trust the most. Hence, I will be out of the country for all of October and November. Please don't contact me. When I'm ready, I may make a new Facebook and add friends family that haven't fucking stabbed me in the back! How did all this come crashing down? Well, I invite you all on Facebook, players, bystanders, and side characters of the people in my life, to take a seat and listen. You're all involved somehow. Somehow everyone is wrapped into this mess. Even if you weren't invited to my wedding, I don't care. You might hear of the drama, and I'd rather you hear it from me. I'm not asking for sympathy, I just want to tell my story. Before I begin this mini novel, I invite all of you, including the cons who have ruined my marriage and life, to put yourself in my shoes. For once, let me take the stage and let me voice the most painful few months of my life. First, things were a fairy tale. I met the love of my life at 14. We were both young, but somehow we just knew we were meant to be. We worked on my family's farm together, and with each warm summer spent in the field, our love grew deeper and deeper. Fast forward to high school. We went strong all 4 years. He put a ring on my finger when I was 18, worth nearly $5,000. We'd put everything on the line for each other, everything. We both chose to attend the same community college and worked full-time in order to build our dream. We spent most of our days by each other's sides. I will always be thankful for that. Fast forward a few years, I was 20. I realized I was pregnant with my first. We were elated, tearful, and thankful to God for this gift. After giving birth to Declan... Jesus Christ, this is going to be a long post. I knew the next step would be to focus on my career and become financially stable. My ex did the same. We saved and saved. I was in love, I was happy, and I was looking forward to life. We continued working and even got our degree. It was hard, yes, but so blissfully worth it. We managed to save up nearly $15,000 for a wedding. Since our love was like a fairy tale, we wanted an extravagant blowout wedding, one where our son could be included. We started touring venues and were torn between two. A local psychic told us to go with the more expensive option, and we thought, why the hell not? We just needed a little push. Our dream wedding amounted to $60,000, all included with flights to Aruba. All we asked was for a little help from our friends and family to make it happen. I specifically asked for cash gifts. How could we have our wedding that we dreamed of without proper funding? We'd sacrificed so much and only asked each guest for around $1,500. We talked to a few people who even promised us more to make our dream come true. My maid of honor, who shall not be named, pledged $5,000 along with her planning services. We tearfully thanked and accepted. My ex's family offered to contribute $3,000, so our request for $1,500 for all other guests was not fucking out of the ordinary. Like, we made it clear, if you couldn't contribute, you weren't invited to our exclusive wedding. It's a once-in-a-lifetime party. Once and a lifetime party, okay. So, we sent out RSVPs and only 8 people replied and sent us the check. We were fucking livid. How was this supposed to happen without a little help from our friends? To make matters worse, my ex's family took back their offer. Suddenly, more people backed out, including the cunt maid of honor, my best friend since childhood, my second family! I was so shocked and tearful. To make matters worse, it was only a month before the wedding. To cancel everything would have been more than $5,000. Desperately, we resent our invites and asked people to donate what they could. I mean, seriously, people, what is $1,000? What is $1,500? Clearly not a lot. It would be quite manageable and within budget. I've heard of people asking for worse. We also set up a GoFundMe. That only got us $250. At this point, we were exhausted, tired. I yelled at my ex. I became unraveled. I realized my dream wedding was becoming a nightmare. Then it got worse. My ex came into the room and offered to get a Vegas wedding done. I laughed in his face, but he was dead serious. He wanted those cheap, raggedy, filthy, whore-like Vegas weddings. I mean, what the fuck? Was he out of his mind? Am I some hooch piece of fucking trash? A hooker? Am I supposed to like the idea of getting married in the heart of shady gamblers, alcoholics, and the get-rich-fast fallacy? Suddenly, my body began to shake as I entered a panic attack. My ex left the room and didn't apologize for his horrid suggestion. I then called my maid of honor and cried my eyes out. Instead of sympathy, I was told that I was asking for way too much, and I should stick to my budget. I mean, no words can describe. How could someone who offered me thousands of fucking dollars then deny me my promised money, and then tell me to shift down my budget? She knows my fucking dream was a blowout wedding. I just wanted to be a Kardashian for a day and then live my life like normal. I called her a filthy fucking poor excuse of a friend and hung up. Then she blocked me off all social media. Rumors swirled. I received anonymous threats. My ex stayed out later and later, and I have a feeling he even cheated. My bridesmaids climbed on the boat with my maid of honor and dissed me. They essentially told me I was crazy. They asked for their deposit back. So I said, fuck you! I refused to give it back until they can pay me back for their emotional distress. My ex started to talk to my maid of honor and gossip about me behind my back. I overheard him talking in the basement when he called me a stuck-up bitch. Anyway, I am exhausted. I am bone-tired. My heart is not the same. It's stone-cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to fucking donate, friends? Do I matter to you? Just fucking give me money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye. See you in 2 months. Friendly reminder to you cunts! Don't think you own me. I'm cutting all of you snakes off. I'm living my life alone now. I only let in those I believe have good intentions. XOXO. I have no words. You're out of your mind, Susan. What happened to you? Who on hell expects that amount of money? Miss Polygraph Test. Hey everyone! Who's ready for Hawaii 2019? In anticipation of the wedding, and believe me, I know it's a long way, but I would still like to announce the dress code. I am giving you a long notice of 1.5 years so that you will have time to find and pick out something nice. The dress code is very specific because it will be used to create an incredible visual effect. If done right, it will make our synchronized dancing along the beach really pop. So, without further ado, women 100 to 160 pounds, green velvet sweater, orange suede pants, Louboutin heels, the famous red-heeled shoes. When we spin and lift our feet, the effect will amaze you. Burberry scarf. Men 100 to 200 pounds, purple fuzzy jacket, soda hat, all white trainers, plain glow sticks. Women over 160 pounds, all black sweater and pants, any material, black heels. Men over 200 pounds, all camouflage, black sneakers. Children, red from head to toe. Remember, the kids will form the shape of a heart. It needs to be true red, not blood orange or some bullshit. Additionally, we will require that you wear formal attire after the dancing has ended. Please bring a change of clothing. Remember, the venue is extremely upscale, and we want to be looking our absolute best, ladies and gents. Please, if you look like trash, so will we. All jokes aside, we want you to invest in an outfit valued at least $1,000. This includes jewelry, accessories, makeup, and hair. Remember, ladies and gents, this wedding is 24K themed for a reason. You have 1.5 years to get working. No excuses. Mwah. Hello, invitees! A very important update, please read. It has come to my attention that someone went all the way down in this group's creation to screenshot the dress code requirements. The screenshot was taken wildly out of context and has gone semi-viral on Facebook and Reddit. I have seen my post twice on my regular Facebook account. I could not be more crushed, betrayed, or saddened. I trust each and every one of you so intimately. Knowing someone went behind my back and made fun of me is one of the worst feelings everywhere, and boy will you be paying. Therefore, I'm announcing one of the most unique parties you will ever be invited to in your life, besides my actual wedding. In honor of the snitch who sold me out, I will be hosting the first ever polygraph party at my house this Saturday at 8:00 p.m. Bring your inner Sherlock Holmes because we will be hunting out the snitch who put me on blast. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. We just bought a real polygraph test for $99 on Amazon. After the testing is over and we find a rat who did this, we will all celebrate with drinks and appetizers. If you can't make it to the polygraph party, you will be presumed guilty unless you can provide a valid excuse. We can make this party a unique and good one that will be told for years to come. I promise, as long as you're innocent, you have nothing to worry about. I highly suggest whoever did this just tell me. I won't retaliate, I will simply cut all ties and communication with you and talk shit about you for a long, long time. That's retaliation, but okay. If you have any information about who violated my trust and my wedding planning, I will give you $100. Next, if any of you are unhappy with the dress code requirements, it's okay. You can come talk to me. Instead of participating in the dance, you can help the crew clean up after dinner, volunteer to take videos of our dance, or even contribute to the honeymoon. Anything counts. Finally, I am outraged at the comments these internet trolls have made about the dress code. Do you fucking know me? Do you know why we are doing things this way? No? Then shut up! Go back down to your scum basement and play video games and never fucking make comments about people you don't know! My husband and I are certified spiritual healers with over 10 years of experience. You all know this. Our wedding colors, fabrics, and intimate synchronized dance are something we hold very dear to our hearts. The expensive clothing represents the riches we wish to come. The black and camouflage outfits represents the aura of the devil that we must shoo away, which is why we put it on all the fat people. The soda hats represent our wishes for an abundance of life-saving liquid. You get the picture. We met at a psychic's desensitization chamber over 12 years ago in Italy, as you all know. Why not bring our traditions and beliefs into our wedding? Would you show up at an Indian person's wedding and make fun of their culture and their tradition? If not, don't judge ours. Anyway, I am so tired having to explain myself over and over. Please keep me updated. Polygraph party results! Many of y'all have been asking how Saturday's polygraph party went. It was fantastic. Attendance was 100%. The $99 polygraph machine from Amazon was a bit shitty, but it did the job. I asked y'all simple questions such as, did you leak my dress code to the internet, and do you secretly hate me? Friends, it is only with the deepest joy that I can announce the identification of the snitch. My former friend, Stephanie, was immediately removed from my property. She confessed to leaking my posts and ridiculing me online. My original dress code has gone viral because of her, and the outside world will never fucking understand thanks to Stephanie! Good riddance. Now the Hawaii 2019 wedding can go on. Thank you to my best friends Lynn, Jackie, Christy, and Jax. You were very helpful in allowing me to set up my polygraph test and eliminate the snitch Stephanie. Dress code update. Please buy your soda hats ASAP. We will be hosting another event in a few weeks in which we will be modifying them. If you would prefer a helicopter hat, by all means go buy one. Time is of the essence. Ladies, let me be clear. Your secondary outfit must total at least $1,000. We are 24K themed after all. Please submit photos of your synchronized dancing outfits no later than 1 month. I will be telling each and every one of you what is wrong and how to improve it. $200 birthday. My birthday is ruined. Thanks a lot, guys. I've been crying non-stop for the past 2 hours. Don't even bother contacting me. I'm probably going to delete all of my social media, including Instagram, and do some real soul searching. Seems I'm going to need new friends. All I wanted was a surprise party and some good company. That's it. Is that too much to ask? I specifically, and I mean specifically, asked you for a cash entry fee. What's the big deal? You're getting to be with me on my 21st, aka the biggest birthday of my life. I want to be compensated for my emotional labor in hosting you all here. Why was $200 so huge? I didn't even want anything else. I would give you access to my home, bathroom, and chargers. You had a place to sleep for the night and unlimited wine. You would have even taken pictures with me. Cute ones. I'd have even let you do the cool Instagram boomerangs of me holding my drink. Like, why would you pass that up? I don't fucking understand! Oh, Jesus. Wow. I had this all planned out and not a single person said no. This was going to be my exclusive 21st party, and obviously I was going to be the prize at the center. I wanted to be a princess for a night. That's all I ever wanted. I wanted to feel popular, pretty, and wasted. Instead, you all canceled on me on the day of, claiming to be poor. Fuck you, you aren't poor. I am not friends with poor people. All of my friends come from money. You can't fucking pretend you don't have money when you do. Fuck this, guys. I'm going to drink and cut all of you off. I hope when you turn 21, everything goes just how you wanted, and I hope you never fucking get it. Bask in the unfiltered nonsense of it all. Since someone mentioned this and I had forgotten, a last-minute entry fighter. Squire Sebastian lady. Dear members of the Squire Sebastian Senator Baby Shower, I have a really important announcement to make. It brings me pain to have to tell you this, but I'm canceling the event. I will text you soon if you're invited to my smaller, more inclusive party. At least here, no one will judge me. Why? Why am I doing this? Because y'all have been talking shit about my unborn baby. An unborn child! How can you judge an unborn child? What is wrong with you? To say this frankly, my friends and family have treated me like total shit. They've spread rumors and lies about my child. No, I am not crazy. No, I am not mentally unstable. No, I was not drunk when I named my child. His name is Squire Sebastian Senator. That is that. You cannot force me to change his name. This is the name I was meant to give him. No, this is not his full name. Squire Sebastian Senator is only his first name. This is how it will be. He will not be allowed to have a nickname. He is to be called by his full and complete first name. Every time you... Hey, Squire Sebastian Senator, how's it going? Yep. Yeah. I never knew my family could be so judgmental. We come from a long-lasting family of both squires and senators. If you look back in our family tree, the survival of this clan is literally rooted in squiredom. We are all related to senators too. This name conveys power. It conveys wealth. It conveys success. My baby's name will be a revolution. It will push people to question everything. Why name your baby boring and overused names like Joshua, Brian, Sam, Nick, Mark, Bella, Marina, etc., when you can name it something special? Squire Sebastian Senator will live a powerful, wholesome life. His confidence will not diminish simply because his name is out of the ordinary. Instead, he will be extraordinary. Fuck you all, fake-ass family. You won't get to be a part of my baby's life, and it's all because you had to judge him. I have a story from my mid-teens I need to share. It's a long one, so buckle up. My mother was a wedding officiant / minister. She didn't do it full time. This was in the early 2000s when things were still mostly word of mouth. She fell into it while helping a friend, and because this was before gay marriage was legalized, she mostly did commitment ceremonies and basically was a go-to for couples who were worried they'd be laughed at or ridiculed by religious ministers, etc. I will call this couple Christy and Leo, not their real names, who had a wedding to end all weddings. Christy, who was referred by a friend of a friend of a friend, calls my mother in early spring about an end-of-summer outdoor wedding at a music festival. Not the weirdest of weddings. Christy explains that her and her fiancé, Leo, want something simple and non-religious. My mother agrees to block off the date. Christy had a ton of questions about the wedding, and my mother had to explain many times that she was not a wedding planner. She was just there to dot the I's, say a few words, and make everything official. I listened to hours of my mother counseling Christy on her wedding plans, but she just seemed like a nervous bride who needed someone to vent at that wasn't involved, so there weren't any red flags. Because my mother talked to Christy so much, 2 or 3 times a week for literally months, neither of us thought it was weird that Leo had never hopped on the phone. Day of, the wedding comes on a ridiculously hot summer day, and we drive out an hour to an older, dusty music venue. It wasn't odd that I came along. I unofficially attended a lot of weddings, but I normally camped out somewhere away from the actual event to read a book. Now the wedding is taking place at the campground next to the actual venue. We quickly find the multiple camp areas set up. Next to a small pop-up camper was a sad-looking aisle made of white balloons tied down. They weren't cut short enough and kept dangling with each other in the wind. Along the aisle there are about 4 dozen folding chairs, some already sitting people. The altar was a small, collapsible card table. We park nearby and I stay in the car perfectly happy to hang out in the parking area and play my Game Boy. The wedding was supposed to start around 1. Around 2, I look up and notice nothing has happened. More and more people have arrived and sat down, but nothing wedding-related has happened. 20 minutes or so later, my mother comes to car and briskly tells me she needs me to come help her right now. I don't know what's going on, but I know that it's bad. I follow her to the RV where the bride, only hidden from the altar and aisle by said RV, is freaking the fuck out! Sobbing, screaming, stomping her feet and dirtying her dress. The bride's mother's trying to calm her while alternating between screaming at my own mother to fix the damn problem. I follow my mother into the RV and see a raggedly, bearded, horrified-looking man sitting on the bed in a pair of flip-flops and psychedelic-colored board shorts. Leo, who is not prepared to get married. Leo, who didn't know he was attending a wedding. Leo, who didn't know he was attending his own wedding. He is quiet and shies away when my mother asks questions. He asks if he can go home. My mother has me guard the door from the screaming women outside, and slowly poor Leo's tale of woe starts to unravel. Leo worked as a fruit packer or something at a local store. Christy was a customer there who was always very nice to him, but in the way nice customers are to retail workers. Leo was in an accident at work, breaking his leg in multiple places. He didn't have family he was close to, and one day, out of the blue, Christy showed up at his house with a home-cooked meal. She'd been so worried about him, and once she learned what had happened, she knew she had to help him. He thought she was kind. He didn't even realize how odd it was that she had found his address. Christy started coming over once a week with a meal, then twice. Then she fell asleep on his couch one night, and he didn't wake her up. She moved her shit in the next week. I know what you're thinking. This is insane, right? No way this happened. But you didn't see this man. Leo was in his mid-40s. He was shy and nervous and seemed a little bit off. He was geeky and quiet. He'd never had a job outside of working at the local store, and had never advanced past his job level as a packer. He didn't have friends, and his distant relatives were all very distant. It was safe to say he hadn't had relationships with anyone, if ever. Then Christy just showed up and moved her stuff into his apartment. And he told her to leave in his own way, but she laughed him off because Leo was such a joker. He thought, okay, she'll leave when my leg is better. But she didn't. She just stayed and cooked dinner every night. They'd never kissed, never slept together, and never slept in the same bed. This was eventually proven true by Christy. No one had clued Leo in that going to a music festival with his sort of girlfriend/forced roommate and her mom meant he was getting married. My mother, completely shocked, asks him if he's bullshitting her. He promises he is not. Christy is crazy. He doesn't know what to do. She tells us both to wait there, and goes to announce to the bride that there will be no wedding today. I peek out the window at the chaos. The mother of the bride is begging, please just marry them now and let them work out their differences later. The guests, mostly Christy's family and a few friends, have finished sweating to death in the sun and have taken shade outside of the RV watching the commotion. No one seems surprised or concerned that things have gone this way. My mother calms Christy down, assures her that when Leo is ready, truly ready, she will marry them. Christy stops crying hysterically and thanks her. She admits that a surprise wedding maybe wasn't the best way to go, but it was supposed to be romantic, you know? One of Christy's cousins takes photos on a Razr flip phone. We leave, but only after my mother is paid in full. It's now 4 p.m. We do not know how to talk about the situation we have witnessed. A week later, Christy calls to tell my mother Leo is ready to get married. The last time was just last-minute nerves. A month later, Leo calls and says he has reconnected with his brother and is now moving to be closer to him in another state. With the help of his brother, he has also gotten a restraining order. He thanks my mother for not forcing him to get married. Christy continues to call to make wedding plans for over 3 months. New to the arena, Christy and her surprise wedding. It pisses me off to no end when I see childless couples without at Disney World. DW is a family amusement park, yet these immature millennials throw away their money on useless crap. They have no idea the joy and happiness it is to mothers who buy their babies treats and toys. They will never experience the exhaustion that it is to chase a 3-year-old around and getting stares at assuming I'm a bad mother. This cunt in some very slutty shorts was buying a Mickey pretzel, and Aiden wanted one, but the line was very long, so I said later, and it broke his poor little heart, and he cried, I wanted to take that fucking pretzel from that tramp, like, thanks bitch, you made my son cry. DW is for children. People without children need to be banned. Mothers with children should be allowed to skip all the line. You have no fucking idea what it's like to have to stand in line for 3 hours with a cranky, tired, exhausted toddler. And I can't just tell him that we can't do something because it's his vacation too. I fucking hate childless women with a burning passion. Y'all really gonna pass up childless millennial Disney mom? My favorite angry Facebook post of all time. We need to talk about the change your dog's name pregnant lady. That's amazing. She'll be so protected. As you know, I've got nieces, and they're so much fun. You're going to love it. Really stoked for you. Yeah, I don't need help with cattle, and we're excited too. We want to name her Tilly, but it's come to my attention you have a dog named Tilly, and I'd appreciate you changing the dog's name, lol. Obviously, she can't have the same name as a dog, and we're bound to bump into each other. Yeah, no, I see. Hey mate, I don't think it's necessary to change my Tilly's name. I don't think you'll ever see her, and I don't think anyone will notice they got the same name anyway. I can't express how I feel right now. I'm so disappointed and let down in you, Jen A. People say you're a nice person, but I can see you have them tricked. You don't have children. You'll never understand how a mother can love and just want the best for this perfect little person. I'm honestly shocked you're being so heartless and unreasonable. You didn't even consider changing the animal's name for my daughter's future. This is going to impact her life and potentially ruin her confidence and life. Can you even imagine growing up having the same name as a mutt? You callously have put me in a terrible position. You are a piece of work and don't deserve your good family. You are ruining a baby's life. Think of what you're doing, Jen A. Your inaction has huge consequence. I'm not going to change Tilly's name, mate. Have a good one and congrats again, hey. No, fuck you! This isn't over, Janae, and I'll be talking to Shireen and Glenn about this. She'll be disgusted in you just like I am. You're a disgrace! Please reconsider.